Well, I think radicalisation is a real problem, and it's important for the state to do everything that they can in order to address that and to prevent the causes of it. Part of the strategy must be, though, to engage Muslim communities. There are tens of thousands of Muslims in this country that are already providing a positive contribution to British society. The Ahmadiyya Muslim community, for instance, has been engaging now for decades in poppy appeals, in raising money for charities, in charity walks, and integrating in society in a way that provides a real positive contribution. So that lesson from Muslim communities that have got it right already, that have prevented radicalisation and extremism in their communities, it's important really to give them the publicity that they deserve so that the society, the government and others can learn from those good lessons.
It's interesting you mention that, because one of the other things he is due to say is he wants more moderate Muslim views on broadcasters. Do you think we are a little bit, not only the rest of the media as well, a little bit keen to listen to the extremists rather than the actual average view of the British Muslim?
Well, look, I won't cast aspersions on the media. Luke, you and I are having a discussion here today, and we're a moderate Muslim group, so, I mean, you know, the media isn't all bad, but clearly the media needs to work not just with moderate Muslim groups, but with actually people of all faiths, because faith has a real positive contribution to make. If we can learn those good lessons from faith, then I think that counterbalances in a really strong way those voices that want to propagate extremism and terrorism. And actually those voices really are very few. The vast majority of individuals of faith and no faith want peace. They want to integrate within society. You know, we have provided that example in 202 countries, 150 million people worldwide, and in fact there is a caliph of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community right here in London. He provides great leadership to us. We had 5,000 of our youth in a convention just a couple of weeks ago in which we pledged loyalty to Britain. So, you know, these are good messages, and this is a way of showing that there is no dichotomy, there is no distinction between practicing your faith and integrating within society. It can work well, and it works well with us.
One of the messages he also talks about, he wants British values like free speech, democracy and equal rights to be defended with pride and confidence. That, to me, especially after what we've been saying, would suggest that they aren't already among Muslim communities. Do you think that's a fair reflection, that they're not quite being those things, free speech, democracy, equal rights, are not quite embedded in Muslim communities they could be?
Well, I mean, I think he's absolutely right. Prime Minister Cameron is absolutely right to say these things are important. Certainly within the Ahmadiyya Muslim community, we absolutely do have equal rights. My wife is a lawyer in the city. We have a space for women in every single one of our mosques. So, you know, we do agree with equality. We do agree with democracy. That's absolutely consistent with Islam. And we do agree with fair speech. But just on the fair speech point, it's not just fair speech. Free speech, it has to be fair speech too. So there has to be responsibility in society. You can't have people that are allowed to use free speech in order to propagate radical views. And equally, there has to be balanced reporting about the real positive message that Muslims are propagating in this country and the contribution that they've been making for a very long time. The Ahmadiyya Muslim Mosque has been here since 1925. So we've been here for almost 100 years in this country.
Yusuf from the Ahmadiyya Muslim community, thank you very much for talking to us today.